Okay, so my biggest worry was the upper level low and the storm starting to track further south. And that seems to be the case. Actually, the latest European model wants to take the storm now into Baltimore. This is very important because the further south the storm goes, you're going to be dealing with more snow and higher winds, and then quicker to get a negative to trough. Actually, there's snow breaking out over New Jersey right now. But if we just go down over here for a second and see how far south the European model really came in, Baltimore County. We've watched the low start here in the southern Hudson Valley, went down near my house, New York City, Philadelphia, Cape May, and now it's over here. Originally, a couple days ago, the European had this idea right here. This is going to make big factor changes now, because another thing which was incredibly stupid, and I am going to have to say this. I'm going to have to say this because it was incredibly dumb what the National Weather Service did. Yes, if people think I'm calling them out, well, I'm calling out Upton exactly, because you see all these high wind warnings over here. These aren't your typical high wind warnings where you get an isolated gust of 58, 60 miles per hour. This could be, frequent. And the fact that they took away those winds up in New England and Long Island and this part of New Jersey, come on, you have winter storm warnings here. The winter storm warnings here have about the same amount of snow the winter weather advisories over here. And then you have blizzard warnings here. Not to mention, now that the storm is further south, okay, these blizzard warnings need to go further west. I'm going to take these blizzard warnings. I'm going to get the lucky orange out over here, starting over here, and just kind of bring it down like this. Sort of like that. These areas should be in blizzard warnings, okay? If the models keep on trending further south, the situation's just going to get worse. And now our inverted trough it went from kind of having a peripheral like this, and then it changed again on the HRRR model, and now it kind of wants to do something like this. So, there's clear indications that it's coming further south. People are saying, oh, well, the GFS is doing good. No, actually, it's not, because the storm itself really did shift further south and west. If we go back over here, what I pointed out, there's clear indications of that. And I have people that are very good at forecasting, just like me, saying the same thing, okay? This upper level low center focal point is not over here. At this hour, this time, it was now down over here. Instead of a storm forming here, the storm formed here. The latest GFS run tried to drive it up to here. It is over here, but it's actually more south and west now of that, because now you have blizzard conditions breaking out in these areas, okay? When really, it was really supposed to happen more up in these areas, but it's not doing that, alright? We're going to go over real quick to the map and radar. Honestly, guys, I love using Weather Underground because it is a user-friendly and a pretty damn accurate, rapid-fire, up-to-date radar. RadarScope's really good too. I have RadarScope both for my computer and for my phone. But this is a pretty good radar to use as well. It takes National Weather Service data and KDAX radars. Okay, so you can see the snow that's breaking out over here, and a lot of it is still Virga, and there's different sites that you can go to check what's Virga and what's not. And obviously, if we go over to let's say we type in my location, for example. All right, look at all these. Wind chill advisory, high wind warning, winter weather advisory. This is just, come on, this is just really stupid. If we look at, let's just let this load for a second, okay? How the hell do you make that is the most aggressive winter weather advisory I have ever seen, and now you have winds gusting up to 50 miles per hour during the storm, so I'm guessing you need a certain criteria, a certain amount of hours of blizzard conditions for at least 3 hours or more. But you know what? Could it go into 3 hours? Possibly, especially if the damn storm drives into Baltimore like that. So if we go back over to Facebook, and I have an awesome team of forecasters. Do a special shout out over for Tom and Kevin right now. This page is excellent information to learn about a lot of stuff, but the low pressure is forming in southwestern Pennsylvania right now, okay? The low pressure was not supposed to form this far south and west, okay? Yes, the GFS's model is showing it forming south and west, but it just did that, and it formed even further south and west than that. It formed around like near the Pittsburgh area, but like more towards the southwestern fringe than the northeastern fringe. These are very big implications, okay? So we have to take this into consideration right now. There's been discussion of Middlesex, Monmouth, and Ocean County, New Jersey getting a potential blizzard warning. And then you have to look back over here, okay? We go back for a second. And, you know, I think another thing is stupid. The town north of me has a wind advisory. Yet they might possibly see higher winds than me, and I have a high wind warning. Mount Holly, you're doing a very good job with this. I just have to say this right here, okay? Winds gusting to 60 miles per hour. All of New England was pretty much pulled out of this, which was stupid. It was absolutely stupid, okay? And, you know, this isn't going to be your typical high wind warning event. So we really have to keep an eye on what's going on over here. I know a lot of people in New England are asking me, is it going to bust? Well, you know, if you live in eastern Massachusetts or Boston or Maine, no, it's not going to bust. However, I do think central, more interior parts of New England, because of the inverted trough, and I'm going to go back to this real quick, because of the inverted trough forming, there is the potential for central Massachusetts and Hartford area can get screwed over. So what we're going to do is, and this model, the Canadian has been doing an awesome job with this. As you watch, and now look what the Canadian has. Now it's going into Baltimore as well. It's on the same page as the European model, okay? I mean, you see this right here? You see this break, and then it comes and wraps back around in eastern Massachusetts. I mean, it shows it wrapping around in western Massachusetts. This will close up again, okay, guys? It will close up, but if these models continue to hold this inverted trough over, I mean, central New England can get screwed over. Back in the blizzard of 2015, an inverted trough formed in central Pennsylvania. They got a foot of snow, and I got nothing. I did not get an inch of snow from the blizzard. I never even got the blizzard, okay? This is how potent inverted troughs are, okay? My next example, we are going to go over to the Boxing Day blizzard. A lot of New Jersey residents still have this fresh in their memory. I want to point this out. It's literally pointing to my house. But the reason why this happened is this was a massive inverted trough, a deformation band that set it up. All this part of New England was supposed to see 1 to 2 feet plus of snow. Widespread, as you can see, that did not really happen. I mean, if you want to take this somewhat of an analog, but I hate using analogs, but I'm just going to use little bits and pieces here. Eastern Massachusetts got more snow. Central parts got kind of screwed over. And just forget about this part of Pennsylvania was supposed to get a foot. I mean, this is a little bit off over here because they didn't even get an inch out in this part of Pennsylvania. I mean, you know, this is the type of things that I was looking out for. And, you know, it's kind of pretty much happening again. So there we go. Perfectly accurate. I mean, this right here just goes to show you this part of New Jersey, my house is like right there. This part of New Jersey got destroyed. Absolutely destroyed. This deformation band, this inverted trough, destroyed this area. This completely ripped off western Pennsylvania. And didn't give the snow that was expected or to be delivered out in this part. I mean, even parts of central and eastern Connecticut got almost 0 inches. Some parts barely got any. So this is how powerful an inverted trough is. I know people in New England are getting hammered left and right, but let me tell you something. If an inverted trough sets up in the right peripheral over New Jersey, central New England's going to get screwed. And I'm starting to see this now. The HRRR model is showing this. So my focus is really eastern Massachusetts, Boston, Maine. My worry in central New England is kind of dropped a bit. And I'm more worried about New York City, southern New York, southwestern Connecticut, western and central Long Island, and northeastern New Jersey, taking this about far south as here in this area over here going down towards Ocean and Monmouth counties. Okay, so this is basically my video. This is probably the longest one I made. I will be making more videos going throughout, but blizzard warnings are going to be needed very, very, very soon in New Jersey and New York City.